Hello. Welcome to another letter with me. Should probably have some kind of like snappy introduction, but I never do. But anyways, today we're going to do some lettering, of course, but also I got some new pens to play with from Ride Tech. So I thought I'd do some swatches. They came in like this nice pencil case, which is kind of nice. And they gave me a whole bunch of different kind of pens, so let's see. And the theme is purple and blue, which are, my favorite colors, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, so I'll just start off with some swatches before we jump into any lettering. And yeah, they have this twin brush marker. It's water-based and blendable. So I assume it's kind of like the Tombow ones. Kind of like that brush. It's pretty stiff still. I like this color. Okay. And then there's this. Yes, new pens. Always with the new pens. It actually always comes on time because I got this today and it's just perfect for the lives. It's the purple one, I guess. I mean, they're both purple, just different shades of purple. Nice. Color's not like super bright, which is okay with by me. I'm not like the super bright kind of person. This is also a dual tip brush marker, but I think it's like a smaller tip. So let's see. And yet it feels, I think it's softer. Yeah, that's why it looks thicker. Even though it's a smaller brush, it is softer. And this is a one of those metal tips. Kind of nice. Here's, I guess this is supposed to be blue, purple, and this is more blue. This one is more purple. I think these would work very well as highlighters. So I believe this brand mostly sells like stuff for journaling and, bullet journaling and note-taking. From what I could tell anyway. Alright, and then here are some highlighters. I haven't used a highlighter in like, I don't know how long. But I guess this would work very well for cards that I do. This is the blue. Quite juicy. And I think this is a fine liner. Waterproof pigment ink, 04. I want to say, yep, it's black. Pretty nice. It's kind of like deceptive because it's in blue, but it's actually a black pen. And then 2 ballpoint pens. Like it. And a purple one. Ugh. Really hard to get the blue bits off. Blue bits? I mean the tips. Okay. So, not bad. I actually really like these colors. And they're pretty easy to use, so new pens. Expect number of posts using them. I feel like they kind of leak though, because I'm already getting like marks. And the pencil case has marks. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that is the swatches for today. And then for lettering, I'm gonna do a quote that Pecky gave me today. And it's by Mary Oliver, a poet who just recently passed away. And this is what she says about living. It's to pay attention, be astonished, and tell about it. I'm gonna try to letter that. Retractable highlighters. Yeah, I've never used a retractable highlighter before. Definitely used to use those like cheap, I don't even know what brand they were, just whatever I could get my hands on. Although I didn't really use highlighters when I was in school. I hated like highlighting or putting marks in my textbooks. But I think if I were to be if I were in school nowadays, I would probably be taking notes and highlighting all the, you know, important bits. Alright, pay attention, be astonished, tell about it. Pay attention, be astonished. Gonna make. We'll see how that looks. And then we'll do it like this. And then tell about it. We'll see how this looks. I don't know. Just kind of want to do something funky, wavy, and hope for the best. So let's see. Pay attention. Be astonished. I was never like a really big fan of poetry because I prefer it when people just tell me what they mean instead of using poems. Because like you always have to like try to understand what they're saying, and my brain doesn't do very well with that. So I was not a big fan of poetry. Make it a little bit narrower because I had run out of space. I would say English was probably like one of my least favorite subjects in school, behind math. Which is funny because my husband is an English major and he likes to read and poetry and all that stuff, and he's always like complaining that I don't know very much, which is fair because I don't. I like mystery novels, and like, you know, fast-paced books. I don't like literary stuff. I'm trying to think of a different way to write A because I just realized that all three sections start with an A. So let me think. Maybe I'll do serif. Okay. Let's see. That's more traditional poetry. Yeah, maybe I haven't the only poetry I've ever been really exposed to is school, like, you know, the poetry that we learn in school. And yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I do know, like, my sister did her master's thesis on a poet. That was a little bit easier to understand, but I don't remember his name. Maybe I should give poetry another shot, but I mean, I barely even read nowadays, so I don't think poetry is gonna happen anytime soon. Get rid of the shaving so it doesn't fall everywhere on my pippa. Okay, so now I can do some lettering. Let's make this P a little bit bigger because I made that Y pretty fat, or pretty wide. Hopefully the video is not too blurry. I changed my settings so that it doesn't automatically focus on my hand anymore, but I don't know how it's turned out in terms of quality this time. I've been writing a lot of Mother's Day cards for Mother's Day for punk posts because it's coming up. So here's your reminder that if you want to send a Mother's Day card to anybody, to send it, I want to say this week so that it gets to their destination within the states. If you're within the states, I can't speak for other countries. On time. There's only so many ways I can write Happy Mother's Day before I run out of ideas. Okay, B. Focus is better than last time? Perfect. Good. I figured it's annoying when like the camera. I've been watching Colby's or this writing desk, I think is her Instagram handle, her videos for her watercolor challenge. It has the same problems that I do with the autofocus, and so I figured if I find that annoying, you guys probably do too. So I tried to figure out a way to resolve that issue. Speaking of the watercolor challenge, it's been a challenge, which is the whole point, I guess. But like yesterday, I know I didn't post my daily drawing for yesterday, but I did do it. I just was very ashamed of the outcome, so I didn't post it anywhere. It's just gonna live in my sketchbook and never be seen, hopefully, because it's terrible. Like watercolor I still don't understand how to get pigment versus water on my brush. I don't know what I'm, like, I don't know. It's so different than just an ink pen because, you know, there's ink in your pen, or even markers. But when it works, it looks so good. So I don't want to give up. I'm just slightly frustrated and gonna take a little break. Also because I'm traveling next week and I want to prepare some like snacks and stuff, so not as much time to do stuff. Also, I need to prepare my lettering posts. So this is gonna be one of them. Because I don't foresee myself lettering very much on my trip. Hello, Joe Doodles. Are you Joe? Are you Joe? I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, we had our meeting with my friends about our trip next week, and they've got like the schedule planned down to pretty exact timing. So I don't see any time scheduled for drawing or lettering. But I am pretty excited because we are going to be hiking, kayaking, camping, and going to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, sorry. And I haven't been to an aquarium in a long time. I know I said I was going to do Sarah for this, but I forgot. Oh well. Ah, it is Joe. Okay. I figured. Not, but I wanted to make sure. Welcome to my live session. Hopefully you have brought something to do while you are watching. Alright, so finished with the pencil portion. Now I'm going to ink with my fountain pen. So I did some research about bringing fountain pens onto the airplane because I still want to travel with it if I can, because it like saves me a few pens to have to bring. And everyone says you can, you just have to make sure you store it upright and fill it up with ink. So the less air you have in your barrel, the better. So I might do it. And then put it in a Ziploc bag. So if it does explode, it explodes in the Ziploc bag. It's pretty smart. I will do that. That's a really nice aquarium. I love Monterey, but nice. Okay, well, good. I've never been. This is going to be my first time at Big Sur and in Monterey Bay, so pretty excited. We're going to be kayaking in Monterey Bay and checking out the aquarium. My favorite aquarium thus far is the one in Baltimore because it's huge, and like I used to live in Maryland, so we used to go not frequently, but we could still go like once a year. That's great. I love aquariums. But yeah, my friends have been pretty angry at the world lately, so I offered to bring my watercolors for some art therapy. Except I don't really know watercolors very well, as I've been saying just now. So we'll see. Probably just play with water and pigment on paper. Wet on wet is always fun to see how the paint goes. I could always do some lettering classes, but I don't feel like that's very relaxing. Especially if you've never done it before. Speaking of lettering classes, tomorrow is my lettering class for our art center, and I prepared like some worksheets, and the goal is to make some kind of greeting card, whether it's Mother's Day or birthday, whatever they want. I'm still not entirely sure how to teach it, because I'm used to like just doing a project and then everybody following along, but because it's in person, it's really hard for me to do a project. So hopefully worksheets will help. I also don't know how many people have signed up. What if nobody shows up? That would be sad, but also good. Less stress, I guess. This E is really weird. I will probably have to color it in to fix that. Did they have to register for the workshop? Yeah, they had to register through the art center. And I did ask my contact like how many people signed up. I know there's at least one because I saw the director of the art center the other day and she said that someone had just signed up, so I know at least there's one person. But yeah, my contact person didn't get back to me, so I'm not entirely sure how many people, but I'm assuming since it's not canceled that there's people signed up for it. Last time I did a class with them, I learned fake stained glass art, and that was fun. And there was only like, I want to say, it was me and Seth, another couple, and 2 ladies, so that was 6 people total, which is not bad. I don't mind only 6 people showing up. I also don't know how many people actually know what lettering is, so we'll find out. Not knowing how many attendees would give you all kinds of anxiety. Yeah, it's kind of... The reason why I want to know how many people is because I prepared worksheets and I wanted to know how many to print out. But I'm just going to print out 10. And assume there won't be more than 10. And hope there won't be. It's probably better not to know ahead of time, so then like I won't get as nervous. I can pretend that there's only going to be one person and then it won't be so scary. And I won't be as nervous. If I know that there's going to be a lot of people, then I might start panicking slightly. I don't know, it's kind of like, you know, I've done online workshops, but those are easy to do because they're pre-recorded, or even if the live ones are fine because I'm doing it from my home and I'm not looking at people's faces. But when you have like people staring at you, it's not my favorite place to be. Alright, so I feel like this looked better with the pencil marks. Oh well. Time to ink. What should I do? I'll probably alternate black and white. I haven't done public speaking since school, I guess. I mean, I did my dissertation defense, but that was also behind a camera. That wasn't as terrifying. The last time I spoke in front of a group was my prospectus defense, and that was only in front of my committee, so that wasn't as scary. Yeah, this will be interesting. Too bad you guys aren't here. That'd be so cool to meet y'all in person. Trying to go a little bit faster, but that probably means my coloring in is going to be slightly messy. Whoops, that was bad. See if I can fix this. Oof. I had like 3 cups of coffee, but 2 of those were really strong today. So my hands are a little shaky. I am definitely suffering slightly from caffeine, being over caffeinated. But like, I got my AeroPress today, and I really wanted to test it out, so I did. And I don't think I did it correctly, so I think I drank a lot of caffeine. So my hands are a little bit unsteady, and my heart rate is pretty fast. Whoops. But the coffee was good, so I would say money well spent. Although it was a birthday present, so I didn't spend the money. But I did buy this like Bluetooth kettle for it, because you can set the temperature and you can set a schedule with it. So like in the mornings, I've just been setting it to boil when I wake up. So when I go into the kitchen, I have hot water ready for my coffee. I would say that's a pretty good investment. And it doesn't look half bad. And it's not as expensive as the kettle that Pecky showed us, which was like $100 some, $180, I want to say. I feel like I've picked up a lot of different hobbies since I started working, just to have a little bit more meaning to life, I guess. And like learning new things is always fun again. Sorry, I hope that's not very annoying, but my Posca is slowly running out of ink. And I just learned today that Uniball, at least the North American branch, is only started in 2019. So prior to 2019, Uniball was, or pens made by Uni were distributed by a different company in the United States or North America. But in 2019, they started their own division up in North America. I didn't know that until today when they sent us the email. So they've been like working on branding and new products, and that's why they, you guys have been seeing me swatch some Uni products on camera. They send us like so far monthly products to test out and share for limited editions. So that's pretty cool. All right. I do wish they would sell Poscas though, so they can send us Poscas, because I am slowly running out of mine. I don't want to buy like not when I have so many pens. Okay, so that's inked. Fix some of my wonky ass lines. I should wait for it to dry. I forgot this paper takes a little bit longer. Okay. I guess it doesn't look too bad. I thought like my sketch initially with the boxes would make it was looking a little bit messy and weird, but it's turning out to be okay. But before I forget, I should write the poet, Mary Oliver. So how was everybody's week? I had a pretty chill week. My boss was out of town for all of it. So I just trained a little bit of our new data managers, which is nice. I've been able to turn over some of my work to them, which is good, but also kind of depressing because like data managing is pretty brainless at some points, which is good for like the days when you don't want to use your brain. But now I don't have an excuse for that because I don't have that work anymore. But it's kind of nice not having to worry about it. It's kind of boring. It can get pretty boring. So it's been a pretty chill week. Next week has a lot of meetings. I guess it feels like everybody took this week off for some reason. At least according to all the auto replies I got in my emails. So next week it's full of meetings because I guess people are catching up from this week. Also, I guess it's the beginning of the month. Also, how is it May already? I can't believe this year is going by so fast. Not only is May my birthday, but it's also when I first started at this job, so it'll have been a year since I started working. And dang, that is real fast. I feel like the older I get, the faster time flies. I remember when I was younger, I was like, oh, I can't wait for finishing high school, graduating college. Oh, how I am so dumb, and I should have appreciated it while I had the chance. Nowadays, when I see, because we live in a college town, whenever I see the college kids, I'm like, wow. One, I'm old. Two, hope they're enjoying their time. Alright, so I'm done with the black. Now let's do a little bit of the white highlights with the black words. And I smudged it. Of course I did. And I can't fix it with the white pen because my paper's not white. That's the sad part about using not white paper. Crazy how fast it's going. Happy birthday. Thank you. Your 24th anniversary is the second. Wow, 24 years. That's amazing. Only gets faster from here. That's good to know, I guess. Just gotta enjoy what we can. Feels like I'm still not an adult though. Like, do you ever feel like an adult? At what point do I know I have finally reached adulthood? Because I don't feel like I have. Let's see, what should I do for this one? We'll just do straight lines. Whoops. Did not do T very straight. I'm just gonna fix it with my black. Alright. Fairly simple. Should draw some doodles. I will do some stars. As usual. Once things dry. Gotta feed the natives. Have a great night, Joe. Thanks for watching. The natives are getting restless. Normally I have a crawfish boil on my birthday, but this year I'm traveling, for my birthday. I'm gonna be flying, so no crawfish, sadly. It's also Jazz Fest in New Orleans this weekend. One year I will go to Jazz Fest. I have never been. But I bet this year's gonna be crazy because last year was canceled. I think it's canceled 2 years in a row. So I'm gonna assume there's gonna be a crap ton of people in New Orleans this weekend. MacBook is buffering like crazy, but no problem. Oh, weird. I wonder if it's... I don't know. On my side, it says the connection's pretty good. Could it be your MacBook has terrible Wi-Fi compared to your iPad? Ever since I got the Ethernet, the router put in my room so I can connect my desktop via Ethernet, my internet has definitely been a lot stabler. So that's good. But like when I called them to say I needed another router in my room, they're all like, "You already have 3 in your house. Are you sure you need one more?" And I was like, yeah. Our house is shaped like super weird. Or not super weird, it's just an L shape, so it's hard to... Apparently it's hard to get the connection perfectly along the whole L. And like my room prior to getting the router put in was the weakest spot in the house, which is always great. Jazz Fest in New Orleans must be amazing. I've heard it's quite fun, also very hot, and every year it's pretty wet. There were a couple of photos I've seen of like people just standing in floodwaters. So I don't think that part's fun, but yeah, I want to go one year. It's fun until a couple of days ago, and very nice to spend an iOS update. Oh, have you updated recently? There's also another fest. It's called Voodoo Fest. It happens on Halloween every year. And that's another one I want to go to. It's also a music festival. But the thought of like squishing with a lot of people is just not as fun as it used to be. And also fighting traffic and all that stuff. So yeah. Don't know if I'll ever go. I have a booster, but it's giving me problems. Ooh. Yeah, I had a booster when I was in my old house as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. For me, I think my desktop, it was using like one of those external USB Wi-Fi cards, so it's not the best. And that's why it's so wonky, like connection's so terrible. But an Ethernet is just much better. Okay, that's done. But I still have 15 minutes, so I might doodle some flowers. Since it's kind of, not related, but it's Mother's Day is coming up, so let's see. Mostly because I've been doing a lot of flowers for my card, so I have flowers on my mind. No. Think you did? It's weird. Not my best flowers, but they look like flowers, so that's really all that matters. Okay. My county just went into the high infection rate. Oh, category. Got my second booster yesterday. So, oh, okay, that booster. I thought you meant like internet booster. Ooh. Well, hopefully your side effects go away fast. Definitely isn't pleasant. I've had like friends who've gotten the booster and have no side effects, and then other friends who have a lot of side effects. And it's so weird how arbitrary it is. Or maybe it's not arbitrary and we just don't know why some people have side effects and other people don't. I'm also slightly worried that with Jazz Fest, and also we have another French Quarter Fest, lots of people are visiting, and we don't have a mask mandate anymore, so we might see an increase in cases, but life must go on, I guess, according to our city officials. Also, we have to go back into work. Although I did get good news this week. I am currently approved for 100% remote work because I don't have an office. So that's good. I can work from home until they find me a place. You have both boosters, internet and vaccine. Okay. You are very well boosted. But they were definitely looking at wastewater, COVID and wastewater in New Orleans, and they saw an increase. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an increase in case numbers. First booster made you feel ill for a day. Today is more sore arm and low fever. Ooh. Well, hopefully it's one of those 24-hour side effects and it'll go away soon. I remember when I got COVID, I had the feeling that it was COVID because I had that same body ache that I got from my booster or my vaccines. So I was like, oh no, this must be COVID. And I was correct. That was fun. You work from home for the last 15 years. Oh, nice. I wish they would just let us choose. You know, people who want to work in the office, they can work in the office. People who want to work from home, we can work from home. Well, I guess right now it's still like a hybrid schedule, so it's not full-time back at office, but still. Wouldn't really work for me if they expected me to go to New Orleans because traffic is... I mean, I don't want to commute over an hour every day to go to work, or twice a week. So, thankfully, I don't have to yet. Ever. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking like once my remote work allowance is over, I might quit. Or find another job that will give me remote work. I'll be fine tomorrow. Good. Good, good, good. Should have used a thinner pen to begin with, though. I am still debating what pens to bring with me. Which is really stupid. I should just settle on one. Or a few. He was zooming before it was cool. Skype. Commutes stink. They do. The good old days of Skype. I remember I used to talk to my friends on Skype. But nowadays we've all moved on to either Discord or Google Hangouts. I wonder how Skype is doing. I don't know, I never really liked their interface. It was very clunky. But that's cool that you got to work from home or work remote for so long. Before it was even cool. Alright, well. I had some flowers. Hopefully it didn't ruin anything, but it's not that bad. I think I'll do some dots around it to bring it all together, make it a little bit more cohesive. Instead of just like sticking out like sore thumbs. My stars are a little wonky. You work for IBM, so the connection had to be secure, but one of the other people I work with no. Oh, nice! Well, that's cool. I used to sell IBMs at the computer store where I worked. And then they turned to Lenovo's. Okay, well, I guess that's it for tonight. Now that I'm done with this, I won't be here next week because of my trip, but I should be back the week after. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you guys on the internet, whether on the server or on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for joining. And I'll see ya. Bye.